And you don't have to hit the hook, but I would like him to hit some of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we've seen this matchup played in the bottom lane already. Track at that tournament. It was actually hold the thought.
First to fight in the bottom side, but they're on top of the lantern. Teddy has to flash. A single auto would kill him, and that won't bring him down. But now it's time for the top side. Rooted in place. First blood will go through to SKT.
And this just is not.
You can see that Chachi can't get this wave in for himself, so they're going to try and push it in. This most of the time would just be acknowledgement of a freeze. However, it is going to turn into a team fight right now because Clit is here.
Battle is in. Chachi at 200 HP does have flash, but Cocoon goes on to Xerxes, who doesn't have the ability to get out. This Gragas cannot find a way to leave, puts in a bit of damage, but Khan is going to get a second
right now on this Lucian.
But it's just about making.
Ooh, Flash gets him to safety, but over the wall! Kabe's there, flashes right back out. That was pretty.
You had to get something, because what I was about to say is the fact that Splyce have now taken 2 different runs at SKT, and they haven't gotten anything, whereas when SKT make their plays, it is paying off with kills. But they hard forced that one, and now trying to force more.
3 versus 2 down here with the true shot, or the ulti on top as well. Can't play without the first one. There we go. Chachi claims the kill credit. Clit's trying to run. They've traded now. The first kill, second comes in. This is Splyce picking up a lot right now as Khan has to run. The cooling on, but can't find the kill. A single auto would knock him down, and Splyce are firing.
They're moving in. They understand they currently control the bot side of the map, and they need to start eating up these objectives to balance out the fact that Herald and Chachi are just getting pushed in.
That route was at the right time. Figures himself up, but does he have a good way out? Owns the flash, but the CC comes in, and the Splyce 2-on-2 take down Faker.
Split map, we assumed that Splyce would be able to convert and taking down the tower. There's a single plate left on it that they would potentially get the Drake and trade. They are hovering behind him.
And this is going to be the turret taken down in the bottom side. One thing I want to call back to, a minute ago you talked about lose not the expectation for this squad. Hex flash over the wall, Northscarin lands the hook! They're gonna land everything!
There's never going to be a moment that Khan could look for the flash out.
And this is what actually more action potentially in the mid lane, but this is what I meant. Those lane assignments were just botched from SKT. They grouped around mid to fish for the correct assignments, and they did not get it right. That means that Khan is now being denied even further farm. When he was generating such a good gold lead for himself, Humanoid's going to continue to accrue a lead. Nothing that SKT could do because there wasn't a dragon on the map.
Oh, into the cocoon! What a prediction to watch for is the Splyce solo laners top the tournament in isolated deaths. Within 80 seconds, looking for the Flaku, not going to land just yet, and the claw's now down for Faker. Hook's going to come into Northscarin. They're going to trade blows here into the front line, though. Khan putting a lot of damage in, forcing the flash out of Northscarin. Oh, comes across! Big flash flay! That's one kill coming through. Faker's in the chase. They're going to find a second now as well. Splyce running for the hill.
They're still looking for it.
All right, 3 versus 5. A lot of damage towards Humanoid. Faker first to mark that one, and the jungler. You got to find him. He's nowhere nearby. Smite cannot possibly come through. The Smite is there for Clit, of course, because their first 15 minutes are great.
They have to play it. Like, they have to play late game.
They played SKT, and they play the LEC close, and then mid-game happens, and if you want to win a game, they got to take it to late game, because their mid-game, just sadly, it's not quite there. They're getting picked off, and SKT now have a lot of road to run with.
I do like Splyce.
And slowly but surely, it is, of course, SKT taking more of the map. Faker in the 1v1 against Chachi.
Resume this siege. You can see that SKT, whilst the Baron buff is still available for the next 20 seconds, very content at taking away all the outer structures. They've now got themselves a 6,000 gold lead at 24 minutes into the game. And whilst they're good, might be in a bit of danger.
Oh, danger to Northscarin, though. The cocoon over the wall lands. They hook him right back in, and it's time to knock down the mid inhibitor turret. Baron's not up. They crack the base anyway. This inhib is gone.
And I don't know what it is about SKT, because you can change out every single member, but they almost always have this core identity of SKT not only recognize exactly what they need to do, but exactly what you want to do to them. They find it, they figure it out, and they break it.
Almost an opening for Chachi. Gets some damage, but not enough for the kill. Now the ult across from Faker. That could be enough to kill him. Heals a little bit more, but doesn't have the backup. Teddy finds that kill, and there's nowhere for Xerxes to go. He's going to drop as well. There could be more of a chase down. Faker just lives. The flash hook's not going to land. A trade kill. That's a nice one. The cleanse. He tries to get away, just back to the squad. And can he evade SKT? Which one's real? It's one on the north side. Puts in the chain. Everyone's going to bring in a teammate, though, and they're going to find the pull. Teddy
exploded.
And for me, the difference has not only been in the individual mechanics, but also just in the vision game that SKT have been playing
See how much
since.
more they can crack down. Middle inhibitor already dead. Chachi found out by Khan. That matchup was tilted so early and it's still paying dividends now. The fight on the bottom side. TP comes in looking to knock down Teddy. Can they kill him? Yes, they will. A 1-for-0. But can it be enough? Can Kave survive with the damage across? They're still chasing down the opponents. Another kill comes in. The culling is there. Just barely can't kill the Kaisa. But a 2v4 is really hard to win. Xera's going to flash away to safety now as well. SKT still on the chase. Picker has a claw soon. And they're hungry for blood. Looking to go right through the mid lane. Looking again to maybe knock down Kave. Can't quite find him just yet. But they have the Nexus turrets in sight. 4v2 to push. And SKT, it's still going to be a sub 30-minute win. The first 15 were fought valiantly, but SKT, the champions of Korea for a reason, pad the KDAs, add to the stats, 14-7 in kills, and the Nexus falls in game 1.
And a commanding victory from SK Telecom in the end, but that was a fairly competitive early